Today we are going to learn about salts. Salts are formed by the reaction between acids and bases. An acid reacts with a base to give salt and water. The salt formed as a result of neutralization reactions like this can be acidic, basic or neutral. Whenever a strong acid reacts with a strong base, the salt formed will be neutral. When a strong acid reacts with a weak base, the salt formed will be acidic with a pH below 7. When a weak acid reacts with a strong base, the salt formed will be basic with a pH above 7. Today we are going to learn about sodium hydroxide, baking soda, bleaching powder, washing soda and plaster of Paris. For the production of sodium hydroxide, baking soda, bleaching powder and washing soda, the raw material needed is common salt or NaCl. Sodium hydroxide NaOH preparation. It is prepared when electricity is passed through an aqueous solution of sodium chloride. Aqueous solution of sodium chloride is usually called brine. Brine decomposes to form sodium hydroxide, and this process is called chlor-alkali process because of the products formed. As a result of this reaction, chlorine and alkali are formed, so we get the name chlor-alkali process. The alkali formed here is sodium hydroxide. Alkalis are bases which are soluble in water. We can see in the diagram that chlorine gas is evolved at the anode and hydrogen gas is evolved at the cathode, and sodium hydroxide solution is also seen at the cathode. The reaction is 2NaCl plus 2H2O gives 2NaOH plus Cl2 plus H2. Uses of sodium hydroxide. It is used for the manufacture of paper, for making soaps and detergents, for making rayon and artificial textile fiber. Chlorine gas is involved at the anode and is used for drinking water treatment, to clean swimming pools, making PVC, polyvinyl chloride, disinfectants, CFCs or chlorofluorocarbons, pesticides, etc., and for the production of bleaching powder. Hydrogen gas evolved in the cathode is used as a fuel for rockets and making of margarine, which is fake butter, and ammonia, which is used for fertilizers. Baking soda, NaHCO3, which is actually the chemical compound sodium hydrogen carbonate. It is a white crystalline solid with no particular smell, or in other words, it is odorless. It is a mild, non-corrosive basic salt. It is used to neutralize acids, usually to relieve from the pain from insect bites. The uses of baking soda are for fast and tasty cooking, for making baking powder. Baking powder is a mixture of baking soda and a mild edible acid like tartaric acid. So, sodium hydrogen carbonate plus the acid either on heating or dissolving in water produces carbon dioxide, water and sodium salt of the acid. The carbon dioxide produced during the reaction is responsible for the bread or cake to rise and make them spongy. It is an ingredient in antacids. Antacids are used for indigestion to cure indigestion. It is also used in soda acid fire extinguishers. Preparation of baking soda. It is prepared using sodium chloride. Sodium chloride reacts with water, carbon dioxide and ammonia to give ammonium chloride and sodium hydrogen carbonate. What happens when baking soda is heated during cooking? It's a very important question usually asked in exams. Sodium hydrogen carbonate on heating gets converted to sodium carbonate, water and carbon dioxide. It is this carbon dioxide that is evolved during heating that makes food items crispy. Bleaching, bleaching powder is actually calcium oxychloride CaOCl2. It is off-white in color with a strong smell of chlorine. It is also known as chloride of lime. The common uses are for bleaching cotton and linen in textile industry, for bleaching food pulp in paper factories, for bleaching wash clothes in laundry. It is used as an oxidizing agent in many chemical industries to make drinking water safe from germs. Bleaching powder is made by the action of chlorine on dry slaked lime. Calcium hydroxide is slaked lime, calcium hydroxide and chlorine reacts to form calcium oxychloride plus water. Chlorine that is reacting is obtained from the chlor-alkali process that we have discussed earlier. Washing soda Na2CO3.10H20, which is actually the chemical compound sodium carbonate decahydrate. Deca means 10, so 10 water molecules. Decahydrate, 10H2O. It is a basic salt. Na2CO3 is anhydrous sodium carbonate and it is called soda ash. Without the molecules of water, Na2CO3 is called soda ash. Preparation of washing soda. It is prepared by heating baking soda. Baking soda on heating gets converted to sodium carbonate. The sodium carbonate is dissolved in boiling water to obtain a saturated solution. It is then allowed to cool. On cooling, it recrystallizes to sodium carbonate 10H2O or decahydrate. Let's discuss the uses of washing soda. It is used for removing burnt or grease from kitchen utensils and for other domestic cleaning. It is prominently used in soap, glass and paper industries. It also helps in the removal of permanent hardness of water. It acts as a raw material in the manufacturing of sodium compounds, for example, borax. Of Paris or calcium sulphate hemihydrate. The chemical formula is CaSO4 half H2O. Two formula units of calcium sulphate shares one molecule of water. That's why it's written as half H2O. It is a white powder with a remarkable property of setting into hard mass on wetting with water. On adding water, it sets into a very hard mass. Preparation of calcium sulphate hemihydrate is from gypsum. On heating gypsum at 373 Kelvin, it loses water molecules and become plaster of Paris. Gypsum is CaSO4 2H2O, two molecules of water. On heating, it loses some water molecules and forms CaSO4 half H2O. Uses of plaster of Paris. It is used for plastering fractured bones. It's used as a building material. It is used in making toys, blackboard chalks, decorative materials, cast for statues, etc. It is used in dentistry and in laboratories for making walls smooth and is also used in buildings to avoid fire hazards as plaster of Paris is fire resistant. Thank you. That's all for today, children. Please subscribe. See you in the next class.